ridiculous because the only thing that makes Pepe supposedly racist simple is because how easily exploitable it is. You have so many edits of Pepe. There's probably hundreds of thousands of edits of Pepe. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's not about what it actually is. Hypothetically, somebody could hold this and then hail Hitler. You won't see it from me though, because I don't want to get expelled. But it's about what somebody makes it means. It's not about what it means. It's about what the significance that somebody attaches to something that is completely innocent. I love to post Pepe because I hope to God somebody tries to call me out on posting a hate symbol. It will make them look like a fucking joke. You know? You think the average person looks at a cartoon frog and thinks, this is the thing I want to see on the news right now. Well, I like seeing it, but...
We're not average.
Yeah. To see the fucking Pepe, the Nazi Pepe on CNN, putting like Bernie in a gas chamber.
It's a good one.
It's surreal. It's like, what the fuck am I watching, and what the fuck do these people think they have any right to push this as some kind of important thing? Hillary Clinton's website? But honestly, I'm happy because now we can say that Hillary Clinton lost to a cartoon frog.
Again, it's so easy to do this. There's 10,000 Pepe memes. You take 2 or 3, you put a swastika to them, and then the left, or it was probably CTR who did this, they see that and they say, well, if we keep pushing this out and we use our media arms to say it's a racist symbol, that becomes racist. And now if you have a Pepe symbol, it's easy for somebody to say, you know, that's a racist symbol, or that was labeled as anti-Semitic by whoever did it. I'm not sure which one of the 2 organizations did that, but
ADL.
The ADL, exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous, and it's not going to stop people from using the frog. We're just going to keep using it. That's, if anything, that's the reason why I'll use Pepe as a meme more often now. It's ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Again, it's, say it before I say it again, it's when you let the internet know that something offends you, and especially us trolls, that gives us the go-ahead to do it even more because we know we're going to get the reaction. The worst thing the ADL could have possibly have done is to declare Pepe a hate symbol. The worst thing they could have done. Now, you're going to see it everywhere. It's people are going to be wearing shirts of it, we're going to be waving flags of it, they're going to be holding Pepe statue thingies up, they're going to be doing this, they're going to be doing that. They're going to make a whole billion-dollar business out of Pepe just to piss off these liberals and these ADL types. Again, again, all you had to do was just ignore it, and it wouldn't become anything more than just a small insider with a website. But when you say it's a hate symbol, it's this, it's that, you're doing this to a bunch of people who have been told they're racist their whole lives. Who are, again, just like me. I've been called racist so many times for no reason. I've gotten to the point where I don't care anymore. You call me racist, it bounces off of me like rubber. That's it. And that's what happens with these people, that what has been done to them for so long. You've told them they're hateful, you've told them this to the point where they're glad they are, where they know it pisses you off, and they're just going to keep doing it again and again and again. Now, for them, it's almost a compliment because they know they're doing something right to upset you. This is how these memes are born. So when you let it get to you, you let the internet know that it's getting to you, you've basically just set yourself up for getting offended at every turn. You've screwed yourself, basically. And that's where the problem, that's where their mistake was. But it's not like we didn't know it was going to happen eventually. So, thank you for the ADL. Let us know we're doing our job.
That this little cartoon frog that became a meme around like what, 2008 or so, is now warranting action almost as stupid as Caligula's war against Poseidon, on the sea. It's just, there's so many other things that these people could be worrying about. There's actual hate in the world, even hate in the US. There's a lot of it. But, that's not the important thing. The important thing is this little frog that people like to use online. And it just goes to show. I mean, like, normal people have been using Pepe from like 2014 or so. and they're already seeing, oh, now it's being associated with Nazis, and most of them, I would assume most, are saying, oh, that's bullshit, I remember using it and it's not a hate symbol. So yeah, it just further cements our, you know, our narrative that these people are just being really stupid and they don't know. You know, they're just finding phantoms of racism where none exists.
Well, I got a 3-point answer on that. So first of all, I think the ADL could, like, kind of getting involved in memes, so to speak. Like, it's stupid. It's really stupid. They're supposed to be like a respectable organization, right? I mean, I don't know much about them, so I won't shit talk that much. But they're supposed to be respectable. They're supposed to be the front line and say, you know, swastikas are racist. That's fine. But we're talking about memes here. And it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not like people are being branded with Pepe's by some fucking group. Like, don't wander into that part of town. KKK is gonna grab you. They're gonna give you a fucking Pepe tattoo on your face. No, if certain things, certain symbols, yeah, fear them because you know you're around bad people. Pepe, it's a meme. That's all it is, and that's their way of, like, I guess, trying to add credibility to it, trying to make it seem like maybe you know, 4chan people are tougher than they seem, you know? Like, oh, we really should fear them. This damn Pepe. You know, like they're trying to instill fear in me.
Again, it's just the grasping at straws thing. And we buy into it. We realize they're like, oh shit, they think it's racist. Let's amplify it. Let's actually make it a fucking hate symbol. It's amazing. We're the creating all these hate symbols is beating them at their own game. Because the moment you make something a hate symbol, you take it from them. You know? Like they can't use Pepe anymore. You know, they can't have milk in their fridge anymore. Like it's funny because you can tell that they want these hate symbols because they know how to stop them and get rid of them, and they won't. The way you get rid of a hate symbol is to not let it offend you, you know? If nobody was offended by swastikas, we wouldn't have teenagers writing swastikas in the bathroom wall. But they want to be offended. They want these hate symbols, and so they keep perpetuating them. If you didn't want Pepe to be a hate symbol, you wouldn't let Pepe bother you. If you didn't want Trash Stub to be a hate symbol, you wouldn't let Trash Stub bother you. But no, the media wants to keep perpetuating this hate symbol narrative, and so they're just gonna keep doing that.
Fuck the ADO. Who gives a shit about the ADO? Who cares? Like I said, it just helps us by showing how crazy and absurd they are. It's... Who gives a fuck?
I feel... Honestly, I don't really feel about it being racist. I think that Pepe being racist is not our fault. It's kind of their fault. They're the ones attaching these meanings to it. It's not even necessarily us. Like, I know there's people out there that did that on purpose to take Pepe back from the normies when they were trying to make it their own thing, because, you know, normies are uncreative and can't create their own shit. But I just think that they want to take anything possible, like they will take anything to try to spin it to push their agenda, and it just makes them look bad when people like us know what's going on and see the obvious bullshit.
I think it may be the government trying to do damage control on any sort of mimetic influence that comes out of the anonymous message boards because they're afraid of the power that anonymous free speech can have, and so they're preemptively trying, I think, to label the symbols as hate symbols to stop people from entering that spectrum of the internet and culture, because we see now like people like that ginger 11-year-old autistic 11-year-old who's saying shit like he's gonna crash planes into buildings and praise Keck on late night shows in Australia or whatever. And I think that the government really does not want that to happen. So they probably, I don't know if it was really, you know, I don't know what the grand agenda is on that shit. But it seems to me like they're just, they're either extremely misguided or they're trying to draw a stigma to that sort of subculture. And either way, it's ridiculous and not gonna work. So
Control tactic.
yeah, it's a failed attempt at something that isn't really, you know, the fact that it's like trying to blame clay for being racist when you're just shaping the clay. It's all Pepe is
Great
clay.
analogy.
Yeah, he's just clay. There's so many memes of him that you have racist Pepes and you have even
Yes, clay
anti-racist
racist,
Pepes.
'cause I made a
Maybe
swastika,
there are Pepes
Of Clinton and shit.
of Pepe smiling at a black guy fucking a girl while a white guy watches and gets cuckolded. So how can you say that is racist when it's literally making fun of the white man in some instances? You know, to the liberal, it doesn't make any sense when they're presented with that. But because the majority isn't that, they can easily draw stigma to it because it can easily fit their narrative. Maybe they're trying to draw people away. Maybe, you know, who knows what their agenda is on that shit. But you know, it's obviously ridiculous. There are some things that maybe could be associated better and they might work in the future. They might find things that actually do correlate, but on that they couldn't find. That was a stupid move to think Pepe, because there's an article literally in the New York Times that had Pepe on it. New York Times. That's incredible, and it was just ousted him as a Nazi meme. And it was ridiculous. You know, you see that shit from years ago, that frog, you know, before he had the name Pepe, was posted everywhere, and it was just the feels frog, or, you know, people
Sad
yeah,
frog.
sad frog, feels frog, you know. It just seemed like it was that time of the month to make Pepe a racist hate symbol.
Listen, I was around when Pepe was just a fucking shit character from a comic. Like, I remember that shit. Even though I was like a fucking kid back in the day. I still am now, technically. But I remember that shit, and it was so fucking stupid, and I didn't like it. I was like, who's gonna like this fucking piece of shit? And to my surprise, it fucking lasted all the way from 2006 to 2016, 2017. And because it felt a little bit forced at times. Like, Pepe was a little bit forced at times, but it persisted long enough for it to last until Katy Perry took it over, and then we took it back. And that was a little bit of a wild ride. And Pepe now being labeled as a fucking Nazi or white symbol of white pride, it's nothing new. We've been called that for a while now. And since the ADL wants to keep fucking putting their big gigantic nose everywhere, we had to fucking deal with it now.
ADL parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Anti-Defamation League decides that a cartoon frog is the equivalent of a swastika. What a coincidence. Oh God, this one of the funniest, craziest things to happen in human history. I'll go as far to say that. The fact that the greatest empire the world has ever seen, one of its potential leaders declared war on an imaginary character because they thought it was racist. How the fuck are we gonna explain that shit to our grandkids, man? That's fucking insane. I think, honestly, I think it's hilarious. I'm glad it happened. I honestly am. The more people we get openly condemning cartoon characters and meaningless gestures, the crazier the left looks. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Fuck, make everything a hate symbol. ADL, make milk a hate symbol. Make drinking fucking milk a hate. I already said milk. Make milk a hate symbol. Make the OK sign a hate symbol. Make Discord a hate symbol. Make it all hate symbols until everything's a hate symbol, and then we'll reclaim the world. That's what I want. I think Pepe being made into a hate symbol was one of the best things that ever happened to our movement, and I'm glad it happened.
This is a cartoon frog that someone took off of a comic about peeing with their pants fully down and saying feels good man. I remember it got to the point where it was being used on, it was used on 4chan, and then it got used on Facebook, because I saw it on Facebook a lot, and then it was like retaken back by Poll, and that's when it became it got put in the Anti-Defamation League as a hate symbol. But it's the same thing that's happening with the Buddhist swastika. A group adopted that image, that mark, right? And it then became associated with Nazis. I mean, it was actually literally associated with Nazis, but I see a lot of parallels happening between this. It's a cartoon frog. How can a cartoon frog be racist? If all it takes to get something into the Anti-Defamation League is putting a swastika on it, then it's the swastika that is racist, not the image. Put a swastika on Bernie Sanders, does Bernie Sanders suddenly become a symbol of alt-right Nazism? No. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's stupid. The fact that they could
people think Pepe
label an image as being racist that has no context, no pretense pertaining to racism whatsoever, especially if you look at the original Boys Club comic where Pepe came from. It has nothing to do with racism. Just depends on the context. I mean, I looked at the Anti-Defamation League's page on Pepe, and they just included edits of Pepe
that you literally
doing the Nazi, the Sikh Heil.
You literally just Googled Nazi.
I went on their website, ADL. I went on their website and looked at the Pepe entry, and they literally just included like one with a Pepe in an SS uniform. I think in an SS uniform with the totem cop and the swastika armband, doing the grin, like grinning, and another one where I think he's holding a noose. I forgot, or maybe he's holding he's holding a noose. I guess I forgot. So they just took every edit, every
they literally
racist and anti-Semitic edit of Pepe.
They just Googled Nazi Pepe.
Yeah,
and it was the first 4 things I did it. I was like, this is what they did.
That's terrible. That's ridiculous that they could just take something out of context like that, label it hate speech, and now instantly, if you go on Facebook and you're a normie or you're like sub-normie, kind of weirdo. You post you post shit from 4Chan, the Facebook page that has Pepe on it. All your friends are gonna see it. Oh, you're a neo-Nazi? You're a neo. Did you know that Jimmy's a neo-Nazi? He posts cartoon frogs on his Facebook. He posts a fucking cartoon frog on his Facebook. The ADL said it's anti-Semitic. Fuck him. Kill him. Burn his house down, dude.
I feel like that just goes along with the same, kind of like the same thing. Pepe was, and here's the thing, and I know people will agree with it. I know a few other people said it in their interviews. Pepe's been around for a while. Pepe's been around for years, almost. How many people I've seen on like Facebook saying, "Oh, here's my rare Pepes," before the whole crazy narrative that Pepe is now a racist symbol. Do you realize just like the subversion and the propaganda that you're being fed? Let's put a target on the back of the people who use this meme normally. Like, Hillary Clinton found a cartoon frog and told you it was racist, and you ate it up. You fucking believed it. How could you? How could you look yourself in the mirror and tell me you are an intelligent human being? Tell me that you are not controlled.
How about
Same thing with this.
It's a meme. Like, it's just, it has like many uses, and when they label Pepe as a hate symbol, they're basically just kind of like projecting in a way, in that, like, it's just like they're trying to create a monster out of like something that's just originally kind of just innocent, and it's just kind of hard to describe, but like this whole like mimetic warfare thing going on, it's just, they really don't know how to tackle it. Like, that labeling Pepe and like shit like the Confederate flag as like hate symbols is, there's just no real backing towards it. They don't really go behind the history and like the culture that surrounds these symbols. Like, even the swastika, it's used in Buddhist temples. You see swastikas everywhere. It's considered just a religious symbol in there.
Blows my fucking mind that a presidential candidate of the United States of America, a woman nonetheless, went to a rally, and what she did, she gave a speech about a Nazi cartoon frog. Like, I know the guy said Pepe from the audience, but the idea that a presidential candidate of the United States, the most powerful, the most respected country in the world, this broad is coming out and saying, this cartoon frog named Pepe is a fucking Nazi symbol. I fucking lost my shit, man. Like, and I lost my faith in humanity almost in that sense, because the idea, and not just that, on her website, she had Pepe, the frog, he's a symbol of Nazi hate? And under it was like, really? Yes, really. Like, I was just blown away by it. I think it's fucking hilarious that people are that fucking stupid. Like, that fucking dumb that you think a fucking cartoon, a motherfucking cartoon frog is like the next coming of fucking Hitler or the next swastika. I'll tell you, you know what? When I lived in Japan, I went to Buddhist temples all the time. I saw swastikas fucking everywhere. And you know what? I wasn't offended. I guess because I'm a Nazi.
You know, I heard that Hillary Clinton said that. I was like, who the fuck believes that? And then a few months later, I saw an article that like it just like mentioned how Pepe's like there's this racist cartoon frog, and I'm like, how dumb are you that you think a cartoon drawing is a Nazi hate symbol? But I'm actually glad it did, because like seeing like all the normies here, Pepe's like haha weird Pepe, and then like oh the feel when it's some normie degenerate shit, and then it's a Pepe, and it's just like I'm glad that it was reclaimed. Honestly.
I feel like ADL should just be ignored. You're going with it, you're an idiot, and I'd rather not talk to you.